Well, it's time to do some winter containers. I'm excited about doing it. Although this year I am approaching it a little differently because I don't have a grand plan for what I want these to look like, which is very unusual for me. I usually have things, at least a picture in my head of the end product. Not this year. I've been actually working on this for about over 2 hours already today, just getting stuff gathered together, situated, the structure ready for this, which is why you see this a little bit started. Now, you're gonna notice I use foam. I'm gonna catch some heat for that, and rightfully so. Foam is not good. But I didn't have a better way to deal with this, so maybe some of you guys have ideas. So here's the thing. This pot is not technically frost-proof. They say you should protect it. Now, obviously, this is not a pot you can move. If you recall, it took many people to get it in this spot. And I don't know, if I didn't have soil in it, how I would hold everything together. So I've got soil in there. It's really kind of crappy, very hydrophobic soil that I used for the fall planter that we did and just left that in there. But I'm worried about that soil getting wet and then not being able to drain, and that's when you get that freeze-thaw thing going. So I thought foam would help keep the water out of it. It will keep the water out of it. This is foam that I had. It was just sitting around. I had not used it yet. So I more or less cut it to the shape here, and I've secured it all with a dowel, basically a bamboo stake through the middle. And then I've used, again this year, I'm using this globe obelisk that I really like, especially in this container. I think it's really pretty. So that's what we've done so far. Again, if you have a better idea for how to manage this situation that doesn't use foam, let me know in the comments, because I am all ears and I am looking for alternatives to how to use this pot and secure things in it without worrying about cracking it. I mean, I could just use soil, except I'm worried the soil is going to get filled up with water and we're going to have a freeze-thaw issue there. Okay, so the first thing I have here is some painted dogwood. I painted these this morning, just spray paint. This is last year's dogwood, so this is what I used in containers last year, and I saved it all in the garage. The color on it isn't great anymore because it really kind of, it faded quite a bit over winter, so that's why I thought maybe using it as ones to paint would be a good idea. And I'm just going to put, I think, a few of these in the middle. Okay, next up I have this beautiful Fantail Willow. I got all this Fantail Willow from a place called Blue Sky Farm in Minnesota. She's a lovely person, woman-owned small business, and she has really great woody. Okay, I'm very unsure about what's going on here. Okay, but we are going to put some lights in here. Now this is the sort of glow from within lights, so I grabbed any old string that I have. All I want is it to be sort of a warm white color. That's my only criteria. Nothing else on this matters. In fact, this is where I'll use strings that have maybe a burned out bulb or something. And I'm just gonna kind of weave that around what we've done here so far. I just step back to check my work a little bit. We're taking the white out. I think I thought that would be neat in there, and I think it's too much of a contrast with the sort of Seussian Fantail Willow. Anybody else getting kind of a sea creature vibe from this Fantail Willow? Okay, now it's time for what I call the tutu skirt, which is how I like to put evergreens in. I like them sticking, either going just tilting just slightly down or sticking actually like straight out from the edge. And I don't know about you guys, but you might have noticed it's very hard to find any of this stuff this year and very expensive. So this year, this is just a spruce, and actually got this on a Black Friday sale. There's a place selling Christmas trees for $25, and I picked up two. One was to be our Christmas tree, and then one to cut apart. Okay, so what does this container need? Something. It needs something. It's a little dark and blah. Of course, the lights will help with that. It needs some texture. So what I'm thinking is, and maybe a different color green, because that spruce is really, really dark. So I'm thinking we could do dried hydrangeas in there, which I don't think I want. Or what I'm thinking is some arborvitaes. There just happens to be some literally right behind this. So maybe I'll grab a ladder and start pruning some arborvitae for a mid layer in there and see if that kind of peps this up a little bit. So these are called cherry lights. I don't know if that's just like what the manufacturer calls them or if that's like a technical term in the land of Christmas lights, but I like them because they're little globes. There's 3 sizes on here, and they're sort of, it's a warm white color, but it's almost like it's a white glass bulb or bulb cover. Anyway, little white glass. So what you get is a really nice looking simple glow, and you can't see, it's not harsh or anything.
It's December again, I can't believe it.
All right, so that's it. That took me almost all day. Amazing how much time just jamming sticks in a pot can take. Anyway, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'd be interested in hearing what you guys think about it. This is definitely not going to be up everyone's alley, but that's okay. I think it looks pretty good, and I like it in particular in this specific pot. All right, I hope you guys are having a great day in your garden. I'll see you soon.